Before we proceed any further, let's have a round of applause for Zach and his wonderful idea.
So they talked for probably 45 minutes to an hour. I went in there 3 times and they told me to leave every time. They've come up with 8 ideas, 8 concepts to actually go forward with tonight. After we choose this, they're actually going to ask the ideas, the actual concepts chosen, a couple of questions. So, do you guys want to do that individually each time? Or okay. All right. After you are chosen, the whole concept is to pick then a team. So you have anywhere from 2 to 7 people to pick. I believe developers and engineers over here, brand is over here, designers over here, and then everyone else mixed together. I have an idea, right? All right. So if you're a developer, raise your hand. An engineer, raise your hand. Brand. Design.
Go no!
I love my idea. We are going to go individually and pick each one, and then you guys will then form teams. We will do that then. Yeah. I'm so sorry. All right. In no particular order, except for maybe the orders that the number are. All right, number 1, Kevin Curry, Agrica.net. After each one is selected, the judges are going to ask a couple questions so that they actually...
So, good job. There's a few of them. We had some ideas of how to, Jim, do you have some?
Yeah. There's been a big initiative here locally for local businesses, not just agricultural, but local businesses, buy local. And that doesn't mean walk into a local Walmart. It means promote and buy from local businesses to keep right here in Hampton Roads. So one idea might be to expand off the agricultural theme into other areas as well. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Clint Dalton. Bike share Norfolk.
Yes.
Oh, here's the government lending and laughing.
We actually do ride bikes somehow, so it's all good. But so I think one of the really cool things about this is you're definitely seeing this movement. I was actually up in DC earlier today, and they got big bike racks out there, swiping your card and everything. But I definitely really kind of see the infrastructure problem you're talking about, and I like the concept of actually bringing this local. So yeah, I think I can really work out well.
Awesome. Thanks.
Here, guys. Martin Van Christiani, Evacuate.
So we thought this was a really good idea. We had some ideas around making sure that you were actually allowing people to capture and feed information in while the evacuation was going on, for instance, which gas stations there. We also thought upselling to people being evacuated. We thought they were in a very, in a good moment to sell them things.
Take advantage of the needy.
One of the ideas that we came up with. But one of the revenue models there is there things that people will be willing to pay for while they're being evacuated as a premium service?
I've been worried a little bit about gouging people when they're in their time of need, but for advertising purposes, helicopter evacuation, a little bike across the tunnel.
Sell the ads of those spaces.
In other words, which bars were open? Still.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. The gasoline, the bars that are open, that kind of stuff, I think that's a good initiative.
All right, that's 3. I think we have 5 left. Best idea of the night that's not up here.
March it.
I can't hear any of you, so we're not going to hear this. Right?
It's appendix 2.
Claude Nix.
Truth be told, some of us had concerns about the size of this market, but one very influential judge is a sailor. In fact, his picture on the website for tonight's event was taken on a sailboat, so he was rather instrumental in convincing us of the tremendous need for this product and the cross-selling opportunities into other races.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. One of them is the ability to possibly use geo and location stuff to have people track their course on the race. You can do a playback of that, maybe integrate pictures. That points to the thing with integration, so you can sort of get a virtual reality playthrough that gives it a little bit of a cool factor. We also thought that it could apply to things like marathons and triathlons and swimming meets and places where people are checking in.
Biking events.
Biking events.
Big disposable
Yeah, so
income.
kind of on the topic, another thing that I think is really cool is the fact that when you look at people who are really into sailing, that's something that people are super passionate about, right? A lot of people, that is their life. So I think you can get a really devoted user base with that.
And one more thing to say about that is how we've been talking a lot in Norfolk lately about how we're not very well connected with our marinas. Downtown Norfolk, we can have a much better connection with the waterfront and starting to connect. Portsmouth does a much better job with this than Norfolk does, so tying into that and tying into a local community.
All right, awesome. All right, 4 down, 4 to go. All right, this guy did not come to pitch, but now I need $25 more dollars from him.
That's why we picked him, yes.
Exactly. Matt Campbell in knitting.
I think the judges think that this might be the idea of the night, actually, to some degree. Not necessarily knitting, but counting things. Like counting the bricks in the building, or counting the number of pavers that you need to buy, or pointing at your deck and counting the number of deck boards that need to be replaced. We think that there's a real application for picture interpretation and counting things. That could be a really big deal. So we're pretty excited about it.
We call it the Rain Man application. Interestingly enough, I thought the presentation was good because as you were talking about knitting, and you maybe, instead of feeling really stupid for you, I felt really stupid for me by the end. Because,
So you're saying you wanted to knit?
well, no, I'm looking at it going, my God, when's this guy going to sit down? And then by the end, I'm like going, all right, that's cool. So we managed our expectations very well. It was a well thought out presentation as well.
And you were turned observer to pitcher.
Yeah.
Wow. If you have not yet, buy your raffle tickets, $25. If you have not, buy your t-shirts, $20. Don't you hate that about conferences? No, I'm just kidding. This one? What's the next? All right, we do not know the name of this, but Brian Wells.
Brian!
Brian Wells. There he is. Brian.
One comment, it was interesting because we called Brian back for further explanation because each one of us heard something different. So your presentation wasn't too good, but Carl convinced us that that's a developer for him. He looks at me and goes, he's a developer, what do you expect? So we deferred to Carl, had Brian come back, and really liked his idea.
Go Brian!
Thank you.
Actually, can I say something?
Yes.
If you really think about it, most good ideas come from developers.
And they get funded by other people.
So that's a I'm just kidding.
So who remembers his idea?
Raise a hand. Who
Good.
remembers his idea?
Carl, why don't you get in a little bit? You were really excited about this.
Let me restate his idea as a former developer. My people in my company now call me a sales guy.
Recovering developer.
Recovering developer. It's an app that allows you to create tutorials and how-tos right when you're out there. So you take a picture, you type the text in, you hit a button, and you publish a new how-to. We think it's a great idea. So.
Cool. Honestly, guys, the judges really struggled through a lot of these. When I first talked to them, they said 8 to 12, and they whittled it down to 8. The guy in the suit, what? I can't. What? No, oh, you. No. Get it. All right, so we have 6, 2 left. 2 left. All right, number 25, Allison. I think her last name is Bland.
This reminded me, I grew up the son of a retired Marine major. My mom used to tell me stories back in the 50s when they would pull the resources of these Marine moms and babysit and keep a little chit system for bartering time back and forth. And that's kind of what you're talking about a little bit, right? I kind of don't like the idea because I probably owe my nephew part of my children's inheritance for all the time he comes over to my house to fix my computer. But we thought it was a wonderful idea. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, 7, one more. I think this is actually probably the most talked about one of the night. Guesses?
On out.
I don't even know what that means. All right, number 22, Scott McTurbin.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
I love the name. That's just the best name that I've ever heard. Apocalypse. That's all I have to say.
All right, guys, so these are the 8 finalists. These are the 8 ideas that will be developed over the weekend. All right, so what we want to do now is actually form teams of this. So, if you like the people that you see here and want to form their team, we have developers. All right, so here's what we're going to do actually. We're going to go to 8 different corners. Group hug. Everyone get together and say that Norfolk is awesome. Group hug. All right, 3 people think that, so that's great. All right, so if your idea was not chosen, and you do not want to work with any of these 8, but you have an idea that you want to work on, and you are in a field that you feel that that idea can be built off of, you cannot win the competition this weekend, but you can participate, and we encourage that. Yeah.
One thing about the ones that weren't chosen, so we had 60 seconds to hear ideas that you all have spent a long time thinking about. Many of the ones that weren't chosen, we didn't actually understand. We just understood the problem space. We didn't understand what the idea was. And since we only had a very brief glimpse into what you were looking at, it was hard for us to say, well, that's a fabulously big market, and a lot of people could use something there, but we don't know what it is that you're trying to do. So, if you've got 60 seconds to pitch, make sure you get your idea into the pitch.
So, shameless plug. April, here at ODU, most likely Start Norfolk number 2 over at that bigger 7,500 person building. All right, so what we would like to do actually, I guess, is form teams now. So, should we split up the actual fields or should we split up the actual ideas? If you want to split up the fields, raise your hand. If you want to split up the ideas, raise your hand. All All right, I guess we're splitting up the ideas. So here's what we're gonna do. Everyone go to a corner. If you have not heard the ideas, we're gonna run through them one last time. We're gonna hear their names and their ideas. So here we go. If you guys can actually come up to me because I don't want to mess up the wires.
Sexol. No, I'm sorry. Norfolk Bike Share. Agrica.net, online community for local and sustainable foods. Agrica.net, online community for local and sustainable foods. Evacuate. Get everybody out of the city when a hurricane's coming. Jive set. Make sailing not suck on the internet. Rain Man visual counting application. I need a designer.
You're not in River James, are you? No, I'm just kidding.
I need a designer and a back-end developer, MySQL, PHP specifically.
I don't even know what that means.
Tap depot, a hard place for web-based doesn't roll tabs.
2 left, 1 left.
Don't apocalypse.
All right, guys, go to different portions of the walls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go there. If you want to join that team, the person's idea has the ultimate say in who's chosen.